Live streamed. Okay, apparently it's good to go. It says it's live. So
Yeah.
there we go.
We'll hit it.
Hit the number. Here we go.
Welcome to Earl and the Idiot, the show that gives you the answers you need to take your business to the next level. With Earl Flormata, one of Vancouver's most sought-after business and marketing consultants, author of Business Engine Optimization, consultant to over 60 successful businesses, an all-around evil marketing genius with a combined total of more than $70 million worth of sales to his credit. And some idiot. Okay, here we go.
Here we go. There we go.
Where's the off button? Did you see that? Did you see that clip of the guy who shows up to a court date on Zoom and he's a cat?
Oh yes. And he's stuck as a cat. And Your Honor, I'm not actually a cat. I'm a lawyer.
Your Honor, I'm not a cat.
That was great.
He sounds so lost. The poor guy. I mean, the guy's a lawyer, probably, some boomer middle-aged plus lawyer. Shouldn't say middle-aged. I'm middle-aged, I guess. And and he's I'm sure a great man, very wise in his field. But when it comes to Zoom filters, totally lost. And he's just like, I'm not a cat, Your Honor. Please believe me.
I prefer the one who was stuck as a potato. I don't know if you saw that one too, but he was stuck as a potato, and like there was a big potato face, and that's pretty funny. So there you go. So
all right, welcome everybody to Earl and the Idiots, the show where I ask the dumb questions to get the smart answers. I'm here as your idiot. My name is Dan, and as Earl today we have Earl. Welcome, Earl.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. Some other guys were like, "Hey, I'd love to be a guest on your show, but my name's not Earl, and I don't want to be the other guy." So there you go.
Yeah, there's only two options. If you ain't Earl,
that's it. So there you go. Thank you for braving the field of your space, sir.
Yeah. So we can have guests. We should start thinking about bringing some guests on.
What, Earl and the Idiot and the other guy?
Yeah, Earl and the Idiot and some other feller.
That's it. There you
go. Just guests. We can do case studies. They can tell us about their businesses and what works for them and all that kind of fun stuff.
And then you can ask them stupid questions, and then that's awesome.
That's why I'm here.
That'd be amazing.
That's my reason. You can ask them smart questions, and I'll ask them dumb ones.
Awesome. That sounds like fun.
We'll talk about that. How's your week going, Earl?
Week is going great. It's not snowing anymore, so that makes me happy. So
yeah, it's like on the cusp of being too warm all of a sudden. I was in the car, but to take my sweater off.
Well, I'm waiting for that meme to happen because there's this wonderful meme from Vancouver. It says, while everywhere else in Canada is covered with snow, we've got the cherry blossoms, right? Now, I'm waiting for that meme to occur because that's my favorite time of the year, the Japanese cherry blossoms. That's the best part.
Yeah. Yeah, I like this time of year. I like 10 to 15 degrees. That's my sweet spot.
Fair enough. There you go.
That's good. And then if it gets too hot or it's too cold, it feels like it feels like the sweet spot doesn't last as long. It's like too hot for a while, too cold for a while. It's like, but the sweet spots, the shoulders on the other sides they're fleeting.
It's that beautiful in between. It's like eating a banana or an avocado at the exact right time, right? It's like I swear the sweet spot only lasts for so long. And I don't know. I'm a bit of a pansy. I don't know why. I can't drink stuff that's super duper hot. Like I don't know what's wrong with my wife and her family, but she can basically drink boiling water, and she's like, "That's delicious." I'm like, "That's death." And I'm like, "How the hell do you eat your soup that hot?" And like it's still steaming in my I have glasses. It steams my face. And I can't even see it. And she's sitting there going. But I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna die if I drink that. It's like, no, I'm waiting for that sweet spot.
I'm the same way. I figured it out. I finally got my great big mug now.
Oh yeah.
And I figured out. I put 4 ice cubes in it. I make a tea in there, and I put 4 ice cubes in it, and that's perfect. Then you can drink it. It's warm, but you can drink it. Perfect.
Mm-hmm. I finally figured out that's why they have those little itty bitty cups for tea, so that it's not boil your face off hot, right? So you pour it. It's like you just swirl it around, good to go, right? It's not a giant pile where it's like, okay, well, it's going to stay hot forever, right?
Yeah, and I'm a big guy. If I get a little thing like that, that's one drink of tea. Like I need a jug to.
You have the teapot, and you have the little sippy cup, and then you just like.
Oh, I see. That's what you're saying.
You take the shot, and come by, do it again, right? It's just yeah. I'm
Do
sure we
you
don't
think?
scream that while you're drinking tea, but gotta make it more exciting.
Do you think that society is like kind of this process of like trying a bunch of new stuff and then finally figuring out why people have been doing it this other way the whole time? Suddenly I realize, oh, I see. Yeah, that's why the tea's in a teapot, and you pour a little bit into your cup to cool it down.
Right.
Okay, I get it.
Hey man, like it took me, you know how long it took me to understand don't remove the toothpick from the sandwich until you're ready to eat that part, otherwise your sandwich will fall apart. I'm like, oh yeah, I guess.
Oh, you eat towards the toothpick and then pull it out when you get there?
Oh yeah. Had no idea. I just okay, toothpick, cool. Let's pull that out so I don't eat it later. By accident.
Well, see, that's my thing is like I wouldn't trust myself to not just start eating the sandwich and get in a conversation with someone and forget the toothpick was there.
Forget and then stab myself in the back and inside my mouth, right? That'd be bad, right? So I take it right away, and I see everybody else and they're eating their sandwich with the toothpick in it. I'm like, why would you take that out? And then mine's falling apart all over. I'm wearing most of it, and then it's like, how do you people do that? They're like, Earl, don't move the toothpick. Oh, got it. Right.
Well, there you go. There's me being an idiot again. I'm learning again. I'm eating sandwiches the wrong way.
Apparently, I eat wrong as well. It's like, wait, you don't move the toothpick until you get there. Oh, that will hold it together. Okay, makes sense now. There you go. Genius right. Toothpick level.
I think we've veered way too far off any kind of topic that I can successfully segue back from. So let's dive right into it.
All right, sounds good.
Today we're going to discuss making an offer.
Making an offer, and it's only because of the oh yeah, make me an offer, can't refuse. So
I'm gonna make him an offer. I've watched The Godfather a few times. Whenever I watch The Godfather, for about 3 days afterwards, I can do a flawless Vito Corleone impression, and then nice. I kind of lose it if I haven't watched the show for a little while.
Okay, gotcha.
It'd be embarrassing to try. I don't want to do it, but
I'm terrible at
this. You can't go wrong with this. I love this little.
Yeah.
You ask me to do murder.
Right.
No, I'm not going to see it. Doesn't sound good.
And it's just because I've just run into a whole crap ton of really terrible offers in the last little while, like really terrible offers, and people pitching me just really bad. I'm like, why? Why would you even pitch that? It's like, did you think the pitch over in your head before you asked? No, okay, yeah, maybe you might want to do that. Just
yeah. I always say this is me not being an idiot. The most important thing in marketing, the thing that I think people miss is pretend you're the audience for a second.
Yeah.
Just come up with your brilliant idea.
Switch seats. Yeah.
Switch seats. Exactly. Stop for a second. Be like, wait. Okay. Yeah. I'm a new guy. What is this? So let's start with what is a good offer? It's an offer you can't refuse. What does that look like before we get into some of the bad ones?
So an offer you can't refuse is something that actually helps people, right? And offer has to be centered around the person you're trying to help, right? I've seen too many offers where some of the offers were super one-sided, and it was, look how great we are as a company. You should be honored to buy our stuff. And I'm like, that's a horrible offer. Like, okay, put the ego down for a second, and oh dear Lord, serve the customer, right? Just, so a good offer, really truly helps the client. I think it was the guys who were doing the infomercials back in the day. So the infomercials for like the rotisserie chicken thing, and one guy finally decided, hey, why don't we make the and there's two ways to go about it. There was one guy who made the item the star of the show, and then there was another guy who made the customer the star of the show. And those two methodologies worked way better than making the company or the entity that sells the thing the star of the show. Because it drives me crazy when people go, we have 738 years of experience between the who cares? Nobody cares about you. Nobody cares how many years of experience you have between the old guys at the table. It's what can you do for the client, not how great you are. So that drives me crazy. It absolutely drives me nuts when people like put that, look how wonderful we are. You should be honored to buy from us on their website. I'm like, that's crazy.
Yeah. That also sort of puts you off, like, oh, maybe I don't deserve your greatness.
Work. Yeah, exactly. I'm like, wow, it's
like I've noticed this too, because I get, as a marketer myself, I get marketed to by marketing companies.
Yep.
And the really good ones are like, hey, we want to let you know how to get yourself 100 backlinks in a couple of days. We'll send you this whole free course on it. And I'm like,
Right.
okay, give me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll sign up.
Absolutely.
I'll give you all my info. I'll give you my personal info. You put me on a mailing list. I don't care. I know how to I know how to set up a spam filter.
But that's what like a part of an offer should be. It should be, helping educate your client in whatever they want to get knowledgeable in.
Mhm.
And that's the offer you can't refuse. Like, here is a bunch of cool stuff that will help you in your quest to be whatever you want to be, right? Whether it's, I want to learn how to market, I want to learn how to play piano, I want to learn how to play harmonica, I want to lose weight, I want to whatever that thing is that you want to go do.
Why did you look at me when you said the thing about losing weight? Are you suggesting something?
No, I said I looked at you for the harmonica one.
Oh yeah, you're like, yeah, no, like you there. If you want to learn harmonica or lose some weight, fatty.
I'm the one who wants to lose weight. After COVID, they called it what COVID-19. I call it COVID. We're calling it like COVID-25. What's COVID-25? It's the 25 pounds you gain while you're sitting your ass on the couch eating all of your snacks that you're supposed to eat over the course of a month and a week. So
yeah, I think I might be pushing the COVID-35, but I'm 6'3", so.
That happened. So it's like, oh crap. So there you go.
Okay, so we'll get into good offers in a second, but I find the bad offers. I find all bad advertising really entertaining.
Yes.
I'm constantly pointing out. Yeah, I'm constantly pointing out like the hell kind of ad that I sent over to you. So can you put that up on the screen and we'll explain it to those who are listening? This cracked me up so much.
Sure. Hold on. Give me 2 seconds.
I found this in the wild too, or my girlfriend found it in the wild, actually.
That's awesome.
And it's a local company, so I whited out the name of the company. I don't want to throw them over the bus.
Oh, it's a local company. I had no idea.
Yeah. No, this isn't like they're not even from Taiwan or some foreign country or something. They're right here in my neighborhood. And so for those of you who are listening, it's a very nicely well-designed image for an acupuncture clinic. There's a piece of skin with a needle going into it. Someone's hand putting a needle into it, and it announces in a lovely font with proper kerning and everything the benefits of acupuncture. Well, that's good. If I want to get acupuncture, I should know the benefits. What are the benefits? Well, let's read the list. The benefits of acupuncture. Benefits: chronic fatigue, immune system disorders, post-operative pain, arthritis, muscular pain, dental pain.
Because those are benefits.
Yes, exactly. I mean, some people like that sort of thing. Well,
I'll take a side of chronic fatigue with arthritis, please.
Yeah, exactly. There's the guy from the Little Shop of Horrors. Remember that movie? That guy really is excited about getting hurt at the dentist.
Yeah.
He'd be down to this acupuncture clinic in a shot. But I think they meant the benefit was you'll relieve those things.
Yeah, exactly. So before you do your marketing stuff, before you make your offer, maybe someone should, read your stuff. Second set of eyes, just in case.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there's so many bad offers out there these days. It's not even like, let's put it this way, it's not even just standing out from the crowd. It's just not making a terrible offer at this point. It's just that the bar is so low.
If your offer's not terrible, you'll already stand out from the crowd.
You'll already stand out.
Everyone else's offer was so terrible.
But that's crazy. I can't believe the just how many people make their offer wrong. So there you go.
Mm-hmm. So okay, what does a bad offer look like? Let's dive into the fundamentals of bad offers.
So a bad offer. Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
I've been running into a million billion realtors and a million billion financial planners. Those are the two culprits that have probably the worst offers I've ever seen ever. And it's so generic and so vanilla. Like, so who do you serve? Oh, I serve anybody. Who do you serve? I serve everybody. It's like, well, then you don't serve anybody, right? So if you're trying to help everybody and you're trying to make some message that speaks to people, it's not going to speak to anybody. It's going to be so vanilla boring that people go, oh, wow, another one of those. Wonder what makes them different from everybody else. Apparently nothing, because their offer sounds the same as everyone else. I'm a realtor. I will sell you a house. Well, isn't that what every realtor does? Cool.
Yeah.
What makes you different from all the other realtors? Well, I'm friendlier. And it's just like, and there's some other like, weird stuff that
I really care about my customers.
If you use the words quality and or service as part of what differentiates you from anybody else, you're failing miserably. You're failing miserably.
Right. Or what about care? What about they're like, oh, well, we really care about our customers.
We care more. Cool. Where's your carometer? How can I measure how much you care about the customer versus
your competitor across the street has 7.8 cares. What are you at?
Exactly. And the other type of offer is like when you try to serve everything and to everybody all at once, which I think is crazy. Like I've had this one guy at a networking event actually give me 12 business cards. 12. I kid you not, what? 12. Well,
for like just him.
And I'm like, wait, you carry 12 business cards everywhere you go? Oh yeah, because in case they want this, in case they want that, in case they want this. And I'm like, how do you prove you're good at all of these things? Then don't you kind of just suck at 12 things then? He's like, well, no, I'm really good at the 12 thing. Why do you carry 12? Oh my gosh, don't carry 12 business cards. So don't.
So what? Yeah. But you could carry 12 business cards, but as long as you speak to the person in front of you and be like, yes, you need this service, and then you're flip and hand them just the one, right?
Yeah, that's totally cool. That's totally cool. You hand them the one because people are going to put you in a box anyways. They're gonna name, they're gonna label you, they're gonna say, okay, that person does this, right?
Well, that guy that guy should get one of those money guns, that right? And just throw the business cards at there you go. You're interested in my business.
Absolutely. And then there's the networking events where there's that person who just wanders around and one for you, and one for you, and one for you, and one for you, and just gives you the business card, doesn't even talk to you, just goes, and here's me. And then they leave. Please buy something. I'm like, wow, it's just, So first thing, like, be specific. Like, solve a problem. Listen to the customer. Hey, what problem do they have? Can you solve it? If you can, then talk to them about that one problem. Solve one problem at a time. Don't give me a dozen business cards. I threw all a dozen away, by the way. Okay. I don't remember that guy's name no more. I don't know that. So, and have a single solution to that single problem, right? Because if you can do that, then people feel listened to. Their problem feels like you actually know what you're doing. And one of the keys to so if you flip it to the good offer side is if you can explain their problem to the customer better than they can explain it to you, they feel heard and they feel listened to, right? So that's how to flip the bad offer to a good one. It's just, there you go.
Yeah, like if you were talk to a contractor and you say something like, I bet you're having a hard time hiring subs.
Right.
They'll go, oh God, someone who understands.
Yeah, I understand completely.
Yeah.
Right.
And then you say, well, listen, I've got a sub delivery service.
Right, there we go. Or we specialize in this, right? And really truly understanding what it is their problem is, right? So here's a fun one. So we were working with a door and window guy. And he thought that the reason why people loved him and his business was the quality of the door and the quality of the window. Now, don't get me wrong.
Quality and service.
Yeah, quality and service. And the funny thing, it was actually specifically the service, but it was a very specific part of the service. So the specific part of the service was this guy was like clockwork. If he said that the door or the window is going to be there at 3:00, it was there at 3:00. If he says it's going to be there at 10:00, it's there at 10:00. He was never late. And the reason why people loved him was because he was on time every time. And they didn't give two craps about the quality of the door or the window. They're like, oh my God, you're here on time, right? So if you're in trades, you know that you can't do certain things until certain things are in place. And you can't just start painting stuff if there's no doors or windows, if it's raining, right? It's like, hey, the rain's going to get inside. Let's paint over it. It's fine, don't worry. And so, you need the door, you need the window to do these certain things. And your painters just sitting there twiddling their thumbs until the door's shut, right? And so this guy came on time every time, and that's what differentiated him. And so, his offer now is, your stuff here on time every time. Your tradesies aren't just waiting around getting paid to do nothing, standing there staring at the empty window, right?
Right.
And so save money, but like a very specific save money. And for whatever reason, like this, you poke the GC, the general contractor, about, hey, remember that guy who was late for the windows? It's like, yeah, you hire this one, he'll never be late. And like, oh, he'll thank you forever, right? But that's when you really truly know you hit it out of the park, when you can explain to them their problem better than they can explain it themselves, right? And some of these people have just kind of relegated it to, it's just part of the game. I guess this is how it works. We have to deal with the door window guy being late, and then the door window guy's never late. Like, holy crap, who is this guy? We've saved like hundreds, if not thousands of dollars just because he was on time, right? So we didn't have to pad stuff, or even if we did pad stuff, we get to keep it. Like, oh look, we actually get to make money on this project. So there you go.
So you say don't just make a list of crap you do.
Oh my gosh, there was this dentist. And it was the most boring presentation I've ever seen in my entire life. Step one, he had the tiniest font on the presentation. So it was the smallest font. You couldn't even read it. Step number two, because it was so small, he turned his back to the crowd and started reading his list. It's like everything you can do wrong about a business. I'm like, wow, that's like, guy, at least face the audience. They can see your face and know who you are. Nope, here's the back of my head. While I read my list of stuff that I can do. Oh, I can fix molars. I can do wisdom teeth. We can do, da 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 da, and just a list of stuff that we teeth cleaning, teeth whitening, da da da.
Yeah, like you could shorten that down to just be like, I do all the dental stuff.
Yeah, but like, give a real specific one. There was this one ad I saw which was amazing, and this one dentist specialized in. And I remember it to this date. This is like 20 years ago. And I still remember this one damn ad. And it was just a hockey player smiling, right? He's missing teeth, right? He's a hockey player. That's what happens. They hit in the face with a puck, they fight, whatever. And this guy specialized in like restorative dentistry, where he just fixes stuff that just went, real gone, right? And just had a before after shot of the hockey player, one missing a bunch of holes in his teeth, and then two having that perfect smile afterwards. And I'm like, wow, right? And this guy was famous for athletes, football players, hockey players, martial artists, anybody who could potentially get their teeth knocked out in the sport that they play, or their line of profession. And it was amazing. There was a lineup. All of the professional players went to this one guy because that's what he was showcasing as his offer. And they're like, oh my God, that's me. It speaks to me, right? And this is what I was talking about earlier. Like, don't make it so generic, right? Oh yeah, we'll fix your teeth if you have holes. No, like he's like, no, we specifically go after sports injuries. We know how to fix them. We know da 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 da. And then they went and they talked about, here's the stuff that happens, right? Your tooth gets partially knocked out. The root's still there, but if you don't fix that, right, then it's going to go black and it's going to die. And they talk about the specific thing. I'm like, wow, that's really specific to that type of injury. You really must know what you're doing. And then all the sports guys just flocked to this one dentist. And this guy was like, rich. I'm like, oh my gosh, because you have a good offer. Thank you for making a good offer. I'm not a sports guy. I used to do martial arts for a living, but I never had my teeth knocked out. But
you're doing it wrong.
Well, I didn't lose.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, you're doing it right. It reminds me of an ad, and actually it's an interesting point. There was this great ad a while ago of this. It's this picture of a guy. I think he's like sipping a coffee with his wife next to him, and I think the kids are there. And he's got a big smile on, and he's missing a tooth. Yeah. Right. And it says dentistry is so important that you probably didn't realize he's missing an eyebrow too.
Yes, I love
one
that.
Of his eyebrows was gone, right? But here's what I realized though. That's just an ad for dentistry in general.
Yep.
Right. Absolutely. That's not an ad that makes this guy any better than anybody else.
No. Nope.
Because I can't tell you the name of the company that ran that ad. And it didn't make me want to run out and hire him. It just made me want to run out to my existing dentist. Not that I was missing a tooth,
Right. And the hilariousness of this is it's such a good ubiquitous ad that I found it in like 2 seconds. I'm just gonna pop it on the screen here for people who are watching this thing. Why is that this is so important? Yeah, the guy with a missing tooth. There's a picture of a guy smiling with a big gap tooth missing and a missing eyebrow, and you don't actually notice the eyebrow missing until they point it out. Like, wow. So that's a huge difference. I love that ad, by the way. It's one of my favorites. So
yeah, really, but yeah, like it's not an offer because there's nothing specific to him to differentiate his company.
right, and that's part of that offer piece, right? Like you have to stand out somewhere where it makes you different from everyone else. Like there's when we do these presentations, we talk about the 3 different levels of like an offer and positioning for your company, right? There's the me also, where it's like, okay, I also am a dentist, right? Great, I'm a dentist, I'm also a dentist. That's just, at that point, everybody wonders why people fight on price, right? And everyone's like, well, what's everyone go for the cheaper one? Because they can't differentiate you versus the other one. Why did the hockey dentist get rich? Because he differentiated. Like he was the one special. Right. He's the hockey dentist guy. He'll fix your teeth, make sure they don't rot and fall to your head. And so that's a big thing, right? Being different from everybody else. But anyway, there you go.
So okay, now you got this problem solution concept.
Problem solution. So if you talk about the problem that the customer has and you highlight the problem, right, and then you talk about a solution to that problem, for whatever reason us as humans are hardwired to listen to that, right?
Are you hearing that noise, just out of curiosity?
No, I don't
hear I got a notification coming through. I wasn't sure if it was making a noise on the show.
Oh no, I got the fancy earphone, so everything is turned off right now, so all I hear is you. So
yeah, but no, it's on my computer, but it's not coming through my headphones. Nope, sorry to interrupt. Please carry on. So the problem solution pair.
Problem solution pair is, as humans, we're hardwired to listen to problem and solution in that order, right? So if you run around selling solutions without highlighting the problem, okay, this is going to sound terrible, but it's like running around asking everybody if they want a Band-Aid. Hey, you want a Band-Aid? Hey, you want a Band-Aid? Hey, you want a Band-Aid? Like you're almost better off accidentally cutting them and then go, oh, sorry, my bad, here's a Band-Aid. And then they'll accept the Band-Aid. Right? I know that sounds terrible, but that's how you have to make the offer. The offer has to hurt, right? Because if there's not enough of a hurt, they just don't want, they don't care about your stupid Band-Aid.
It's the classic from Wolf of Wall Street, right? Sell me this pen. The guy does the good job, says, hey, why don't you write your name down for me? Suddenly, hey, I got a problem. I don't have a pen. Well, I got a pen to sell you.
Yeah,
solution.
Exactly.
I came across one the other day, and it was, it was obviously well timed because I've been looking into like what would be the best project management software for me to use to track all of the things I'm supposed to be doing.
Right.
And there was an ad for, is it Asana? Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah, Asana. I've used Asana. It's a good software.
See, and this was a good one. It's a picture of a guy at his desk, and it was sort of silly, like this.
Yeah.
The desk is all covered in papers and scribbled notes and all this, and it says before Asana, and then it goes after Asana. The desk is like all clean and there's no notes all over the place, and the guy's hair is nicely combed. You see, obviously, I'm not using Asana. But I got to admit, I was like, yeah, that's what my desk looks like, and I wanted to not look like that. So it made, I haven't settled on a project management software, and it got my attention because there was that problem solution right there, right?
But problem solution is what we're hardwired to. Like people talk about the carrot and the stick, and humans are weird. I mean, you can put a carrot in front of them all day long. You can put a carrot in front of them all day long, and they will not run. They will not run quite as fast. Now, if you can scare them with a stick, you go, if you don't do this, this is what's going to happen to you, right? Okay, because as a child, you're still probably traumatized from stuff that happened where, hey, cause and effect. It's like, oh, if I lick the stove, that's bad, right? So, but the thing is, though, if you put the carrot and the stick together, so you have the good thing and the bad thing, but you start with the bad thing. And if you start with the bad thing, your audience self-identifies. They go, yeah, that is what I have a problem with that. I don't like that. I want teeth and eyebrows at the same time. Please help me. Right. So if you have the stick and then you show them the carrot, the funny thing is if you put that problem solution pair together, you'll find that people are more apt to move and very fast. Right. So first you scare the bejesus out of them, and then you give them, hey, here's the solution over here. So the bad scare thing won't get you. They run, please.
Earl, are we nothing more than donkeys?
I wonder sometimes. I wonder sometimes.
Some people I've met are.
right? And it really is a donkey. This is a weird segue. My brother is like a graphics artist, and he does like video work and that sort of thing. And for whatever reason, for one of my birthdays, he has an animated cartoon picture of me riding a donkey with a carrot on one end and a stick on the other. He's like, I remember you telling me this story about this carrot and stick and a donkey, and for whatever reason, it just stuck with me. And he made me this shirt. I don't know where the shirt is now, but like for the longest time, there's a picture, an animated picture of me riding a donkey, having a stick on one side and a carrot on the other.
That should have been the logo for this episode.
I don't know where it is anymore though. So it was a really cool looking logo, but he was just bored one day. I remember you telling me the story. It just stuck with me, and I'm like, okay, there you go. There's a carrot and a stick and a donkey. So
okay. Now you said you've run into some bad offers lately. Can you reveal some bad offers without necessarily throwing your clients under the bus?
Without throwing them under the bus? Oh yeah, okay. So
they know who they know who they are.
They know who they are. Have you been listening to this?
It's like your offer is bad, and you should feel bad.
Yeah, Dr. Zoidberg. Yes, absolutely. So there was this one person who. So we have an offer where we can set up your system so that way you get a bunch of ads from Google for free. Right. Okay. And so we did the guest, didn't we have Bryce come on the show?
That's right, we did have Bryce on the show. Yeah.
So we did have we really did have Earl and the idiot and the other guy. So anyway, so this guy offered, like, okay, so you do that for me for free, and I'll give you some of the ads that I get, and we can promote your stuff with it. I'm like, so wait, we do all the work. You get some free ads, and you'll give us some of the ads for our stuff. And that was the offer he was trying to get us. I'm like, so listen, we do all the work, we get some of the benefit, and you get benefit for doing absolutely nothing. Right? I'm like, that is a terrible offer. So there was that. There was the and one for you guy, and seriously, it literally and one for you, and he went through a crowd of 150 people just pumping out cards without zero introduction, zero even acknowledgement of your presence. Just made sure you got a card and then ran. And I'm like, this is the first offer in the world. And then so between that, the dentist with his back to us with the giant list of stuff he does. So he literally rattled off an entire list, turned around and said thank you, and then left. And I was just like, what? Like, I don't even know the name of your company. I don't even know where you are. Like I just know that some rando guy just does all these things. And it's just, so yeah, this is why. It's like, it's almost like I get to vent some of my frustrations from networking or watching sponsors pitch. And like, these guys paid money to do this. I'm like, wait, you paid money to be in front of this crowd to show us the back of your head? I don't remember the guy's face. I remember the back of his head though. So
is this our weekly therapy session where we can just complain about?
Maybe this is therapy. This is therapeutic to me. I'm like, wow, like you paid money to be on stage and do this. Like, why?
You'll find my rates are very reasonable for therapy sessions, Earl.
Well, there you go. So it only cost me a picture of a donkey with a carrot and a stick, apparently.
That's all I need. I'm a simple man. I say teach your something audience as part of your offer. Don't make your offer a free 30-minute consultation.
Oh man, I can't count the number of people who have just fill out this form and we'll give you a 30-minute free consult. And basically your offer is fill out this form and I will sell you stuff for 30 minutes.
Right.
And I'm like, this is not good, right? You think this offer is a good offer? No, man. So, and I've seen it from everywhere. I've seen it in the beauty niche. I've seen it in the financial niche. I've seen it's like every niche you can think of. It's like, oh yeah, 30-minute free consultation. I'm like, so you do realize you just told the guys you're going to sell them stuff for 30 minutes. And, there's no real offer of help. Right. And so the thing you said before that was teach your audience something as part of the offer, where let's go back to the carrot and stick. You talk about the problem, you talk about a solution, you teach them something about it. And for whatever reason, that just causes people to want to buy from you like crazy. Right. And they do this. Okay, here's a crazy example. They do this to guys all the damn time. Right. So, what's one of the biggest purchases that you're going to have in your relationship is usually the ring, right? Like, okay, the ring you propose with, da 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 da. And so they teach us a bunch of dumb shit about diamonds. Here's the 4 C's of diamonds: the cut, the clarity, the color, blah, 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 and the carats. And I still remember this garbage, right? And it's all marketing BS because apparently diamonds aren't really that rare, right? And they just hold them back in the market. And I'm like, those damn marketers, right? It's like, are you kidding me? So this stuff used to be worth nothing. And then they just positioned it as worth everything. Taught you a bunch of stuff about it. And now I'm empowered. I know the 4 C's of diamonds. I need to buy.
They're in trouble now, though. They got the lab grown diamonds.
Well, yeah. And they're perfect, like, okay, right?
They're perfect diamonds. So it's no longer like I don't care. But this diamond was lab grown. I don't care.
Right, it's a diamond.
Doesn't matter.
Is it the same molecular structure? Yep. Well, you're screwed now. Right.
And this one's better quality. Great. I'd happily pay you less for this. Thanks.
Yeah. Let me pay you less for the better one. Yeah, exactly. So don't make your offer a 30-minute free consultation and teach people stuff. If you teach people stuff like that, simple offer of the 4 C's on a diamond thing, that lesson cost me thousands upon thousands of dollars because now I feel empowered and I went and bought whatever for my wife to be, and then it's just like, okay, cool. And if you teach people something about your industry, right, and it's something that they didn't know, and they feel empowered because of it, they feel beholden to you and they want to work with you because you've taught them things. So that's part of what makes an offer a good offer. Teach them something cool.
So you could make do the 30-minute consultation thing, but you would say, like you used to say, like, give me 30 minutes and I'll show you something.
Yes. So if it's very specific, in 30 minutes I can do something for you. So as an example, when I was in the financial services space, give me 15 minutes and I'll save you $2,000 in tax. That's a good offer, right?
Yeah.
So because that made me my first $1 million, right? Give me 50 minutes, I'll save you $2,000 in tax. And that was one of my very first offers, and it took off like a rocket, right? But because you're hitting all the different parts of human psychology around it. Okay, so how much am I spending here? 15 minutes. Okay, cool. How much am I making? $2,000. Well, I don't make $2,000 every 15 minutes. That's $8,000 an hour. Maybe we should talk to this guy, right? And so people put that 2 and 2 together. It's also what makes a good offer is where the feature and the benefit of taking the offer is self-evident in the offer, and where people can.
Wait, no, you crossed my dumb threshold. What was that?
So, if you see an offer and you don't know what makes it good, it's a bad offer. Right. So, for example, new restaurant opening, free dessert with purchase of dinner. Cool. I understand. Right. Okay, cool. There's a free dessert with purchase of dinner, or free coffee with purchase of whatever. Like buy one, get one. Right. Like these offers make sense to go, oh, cool. Right. Free upgrade, understanding why the thing is good to have. Right. Okay. If I like the burger, then the bigger burger probably better. So yes, I want the bigger burger. Let's do this. Free patty, free bacon, whatever it is that tickles your fancy, right? Like free fries with your first order or something like that.
Which one always throws me for a loop is when restaurants have a big sign outside under new management.
Yeah, who cares?
I don't care. I guess unless the previous management developed a really terrible reputation in the town.
Right, true. But all you need to do is make, like I said, like free bacon upgrade, right? Okay. I'm one of those suckers who will totally fall for free bacon upgrade. You can lure me away to basically my death and I will fall off a cliff probably. If you just offer me free bacon, I will just follow you. Oh, free bacon. All right, let's follow you around. So, and then what will happen is that once you offer them that and you get this out there, people will start talking. And eventually people will go, okay, they had this crazy opening offer. It was free bacon. I know the bacon isn't for free no more, but it was really good bacon. I keep coming back and buying the bacon then. Right?
Yeah. So once you're in.
But it's as simple as that, right? And I like to call it the drug dealer model. The first one's free, then you have to pay, right? But
hey,
it works.
Something. I was real disappointed growing up. I was never offered free drugs. And I was specifically informed that this would be happening to me all the time. The drug dealers are always just constantly giving you free drugs to get you hooked, and it never once.
What was it? There was a funny headline for like Halloween. Like the amount of free drugs people think that they're gonna get on Halloween with their candy is ridiculous, right? Like the amount of free drugs. Like, you know how much drugs cost? Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah.
No
why would I give this away? So yeah, there you go.
All right. Well, we've talked for a while here. I think it's ready. I think it's time. I think you're reaching for the button.
I'm going for it here. Here we go. Oh wait, hold on. I forgot. You made me share the screen, so now it's not sharing the audio. Now I got to turn on the audio.
Oh, so now it's my fault because I wanted visual cues added into the show.
It's all good. Here we go.
Hack of the week.
There we go. Hack of the week. So the hack of the week, and this is going to be the dumbest hack of the week you've ever seen. But once you see it and you understand it, you'll understand why this is the hack of the week, right? And so I want you to look at all your competitors' websites and don't be like them. It's crazy. I do this live. Someone says, Earl, I do this, I do that, whatever. I don't care what they do. I literally just Google what they do in front of them, in front of the whole crowd. And I whip out all the websites on the first page, second page, third page of Google. I put them all on the screen. I put them all. Best place to hide a dead body. Second, third page of Google. So I put them all on the screen, and I swear to you, and this is without a doubt, same. It doesn't matter what niche. It doesn't matter what category. It's almost sadly hilarious. Everyone's page is exactly the same. Everyone's thing is exactly the same. And when you're telling them, what is your offer? And they go, this. And I go, you mean like these guys? And it's all the same? And they go, so you really think that's going to differentiate you? And you use the magical words quality and service and care and 100 years of experience. And I just started laughing. And I'm like, so you said all these things. These guys all say the same thing. What makes you different? Nothing. Your offer sucks. Your offer's bad and you should feel bad.
That's me. Yeah. Zoidberg.
Yeah.
That's Zoidberg's offer. Why not Zoidberg?
Yeah, exactly. But approach the offer from the standpoint of the customer and make the offer about the client, right? So
we were just talking earlier about the golden rule of marketing is pretend you're the client for a second.
Well, the guys who were really absolutely crushing it on like infomercials were the guys who made the rotisserie chicken thing about how delicious the food would be, how the fat just drips off the rotisserie chicken thinger so that you don't eat this extra fat and you get deliciousness. The skin is crispy,
Yeah, they always do that. They always do that in infomercials. There's always the black and white part where the guy's dropping everything and like spilling all over himself.
The cleanliest guy in the world, before and then after. The color picture, everything's beautiful, everything works. Yeah. The wind is blowing their hair.
The big wipe, the color wipe, swing. Oh, look at this. He's got a TV table. Oh, he's so great.
With the fake shines and everything. Those are bad. Those are the best. I like those things. So there
problem solution perfection.
Problem solution perfection. But that stuff works though, right? Like if you actually show them the before and the after shot, right? And seriously, like that's something everybody should just go do as part of their homework, including marketing companies, which is hilarious because they're supposed to be marketing companies. So you go to the marketing company's website, you go, seriously, bring up 30 other marketing companies' website. They're all the same. And I'm like, why are you all the same? You're marketing. Shame on you, right? So and so there you go. There's your hack of the week.
The simplicity. Yeah. Oh, there you go. Yeah, look at your competitors. The simplicity of it. I was when infomercials really became a thing in the 90s, and they have the infomercial that runs all night or whatever. And it was like, I looked at them like, this is the cheesiest, lamest, crappiest ad I've ever seen. But they were everywhere, and I was like, they must be working.
Otherwise, they couldn't afford to keep paying for the TV airtime.
Yeah, and everybody wouldn't keep copying them over and over again.
Yeah. There's a reason behind the structure, right? Because it's just sold. Right.
But it's that structure. Like I say, they're all the same. The structure is the same. Oh, here's a terrible problem. Swing solution, star for it. Right. Solution star for it was actually their slogan. Right.
I remember that. The slap chop, baby. The slap chop. That was awesome.
Yeah. And it was always the problem and the solution were different every time, but that format of problem solution remain the same.
Problem solution works. Problem solution works. The pitchmen that you see at like carnivals and fairs, they're all about problem solution, right? Like, are your knives dull? Watch this knife cut the tomato, then cut the can, then cut the tomato again, right? Like, because I need to cut cans every day. But, you know, again, problem solution. Have a dull knife. Here's why dull knives are scary. You're going to cut too hard. You're going to flip the thing. You're going to stab yourself because the stupid knife doesn't cut properly. Problem solution. And man, does it sell like crazy.
Or the guys that run the games, they're like, hey there, Pally, you don't have a... You look like a bum. You don't have a teddy bear for your girlfriend. You're like, oh no, this is awful. I need to solve this right away.
Problem solution.
Step right up.
Right? Yeah,
there
exactly.
You go. Let's all be carnival barkers. That's the moral of this story.
Oh boy. Oh boy. All right. Well, that brings us to the end here, man. So
I think that's it. Let's play us out. Let's
hitting the button.
All right, let's have some video filters. Make this fun.
Okay, here we go. Hit and go.
See what I want.
Thanks for listening to Earl and the Idiot. We hope you learned something you can take action on this week. For more information or to contact the show, visit earlandtheidiot.com. And until next time, remember what Shakespeare said. The fool doth think he is wise, but the wise man knows himself to be a fool.
Remember what Shakespeare said, everybody. Thanks for joining us. See you next week. Thank you, Earl.
Thanks, everybody. Hold on, I'm gonna turn off the sharing and I gotta turn off the live part. Hold on, my mouse is going crazy.
Don't say that part out loud. You're breaking the fourth wall.